Well, hello everybody and welcome to Terroir. It's a winemaking game simulator, or winemaking simulator. It's a game that's a winemaking simulator. That makes a little bit more sense. And I was given this game by General Interactive Co. graciously to review because I really wanted to check this game out. I saw a couple people playing it. I saw it on Steam. Been following this game for a little while. It's in early access still. I believe it came out of alpha and now it's in beta. But I dabble in the beer making and the winemaking process. You can actually check out my other channel. Got a couple videos up there. It's really small. It's pretty new. It takes a long time to make those videos because you got to like ferment and all that fun stuff. But either way, this winemaking game simulation really intrigued me and I really wanted to check it out. So here we go. I played a little bit of it, about 10 minutes of it before just to make sure I had the feels for the control and everything. So let's go to a new game. We are going to do J. Sano First Vineyard. Oh. First Wine. Oh. J. Sano's First. Well, let's call it J. Sano's First. Create. Here we go. So this is the game menu here, and you have these little like white plots and things like that. Or excuse me, the white plots are not mine. I own these plots here, these three. So I own a lake. I own a place to plant, and I believe they're called looms. Let me see if I can... Oh, I'm paused, so I can't do that. So, no, because I can't click on that one. Hello. You had to hit a different button to click. Let's go into my basement. There's my wine barrel basement over there. Cellar management. I have nothing in the cellar, no barrels, no bottles. The market, there's people I can sell to, but I don't have any wine to sell to them right now. I started with $35,000. I just got to figure out why I am unable to plant this wine. No, it's probably not time to plant yet. I bet you that's why. So there we go. Now I have a little option here. We're going to pause it. Now I have the option to plant because I have nothing planted on this field so far. If I click on it, it's a loam. Not a loom, it's a loam. So I can plant something on these loams, and this is where you plant your grapes. Early on in the game, you don't have much access to things. You only have Cabernet Sauvignon, and you have some Chardonnay, I believe. Yes, Chardonnay costs a lot more money. Chardonnay is the white versus the Cab Sauv, which is a red wine. I personally am a red wine fan, so I'm going to plant some red wine here. And the planting price is $5,000 with a monthly maintenance cost of $100. So I got to keep that in mind. So I'm going to plant this, and now I believe that's the only thing I can ever plant on this loam anymore. I don't think I can change it out to a different type of grape. I think I'm pretty much stuck with this. Being next to the lake, I believe... I'm trying to remember how to get the statistics of this. I thought it gave you statistics. Oh, here we go. This tile is adjacent to a lake and enjoys immunity from phylloxera for the first 50 years of the vine's life and at a reduced rate onwards. So this game is a lot about management of what you're next to and when you purchase things, and you can purchase the other plots to build things next to it, but it will then... You're at the luck of the draw with what you get. You can re-roll a tile to make it be something else, but it costs money to do that, and it's like increases. As you see, these things are growing. I'm going to pause it again for a second here so I can make sure I stay on top of this. This is growing the foliage over top of the vines. Right now, my foliage is at optimal foliage, which means I don't think my ripeness will change whatsoever. From what I understand from the tutorial, you really want the optimal ripeness to be somewhere between 4 and 7 to have a good wine, so you really got to watch out for that. You don't want it to go all the way up to 10 and be super ripe. This rainstorm's coming in and it's actually going to increase the foliage again if it hits my tile. But right now what I want to do, since I'm only at a 2 on the ripeness scale, I want to shear these things down because I need them to get more ripe as time goes on here. Oh yeah, that's gonna miss us. So I need these to continue to ripen because if they're at optimal foliage, it won't ripen at all. It won't change. If it's at too little foliage, the ripeness will go up, and if it's at too much foliage, the ripeness will go down. Though I believe if you expose it to sunlight for too long, they stop producing, and you're kind of stuck with the yield that you have. Now, right now, my total yield is 0.6, 0.8. Now it just went up. And I don't harvest until October, November time frame. So, like I said, I've only played this. I only bottled a couple bottles of wine and sold them. One was really good. One was not so good. So, we'll see how this one goes right now. You're kind of also at the luck of the RNG for how much foliage you get, because the rain makes the foliage grow, but if the rain doesn't actually hit your tile, the foliage won't grow, and you could overexpose them to the sun. Right now I'm at a 4, so I'd be happy with like harvesting this now, but we're only in July. It won't even let you harvest it. It'll tell you in a minute when it's able to be harvested. It'll pop up over my little chateau. You can actually upgrade things. I think this is new after alpha, is you can take out a bank loan for one. You can buy ambient objects. I don't know if these have any use other than they look cool. Whoa, a wind turbine. It's pretty awesome. We might mess with that a little bit later. I think these are just visual effects though. Oh wow, the game was still running in the background. I didn't even notice. Notice we're up to 6 already. I can't do anything. I didn't have any foliage grow, so I'm kind of stuck right now waiting. I can actually harvest right now. I can harvest at a 7. You know what? We're gonna harvest at a 7. It's September. It might be a little bit early for harvesting. I'm really not sure. Ooh. My acidity, sweetness, tannins, and body are shown here. My yield is 1.4 tons. I probably could have let it go and gotten a higher yield, actually. I just thought about that, but that's okay. It's our first wine. We're expected to make some mistakes here. Now, it looks to me like my acidity and my sweetness are pretty high. The problem is, I don't know for optimal wines where exactly these should be, the acidity, sweetness, tannins, and the body. I'm not 100% certain. And I'm also not sure if this is based on, like, the real world people in the wine industry would like it on, you know, a number 4 out of the 10 scale on acidity. I have no idea. Or if it's based on the different wine and some RNG with it. I don't really know. But either way, I'm done with my bottling, or my harvesting. So now I've got to crush the wine. And in crushing your freshly harvested grapes to create a semi-solid grape juice known as must. Different methods of crushing will lead to different effects of your wine's tannin level and will take different amounts of time to complete. So the only one I have available to me right now is the typical like guy crushing with his feet type deal, the piggyage? I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but I can do a traditional crusher, but I need to unlock my chateau to level 2, which I think costs $100,000, so I can't really do that yet. A motorized crusher with chateau level 3. So there's a couple directions we can go with this. Now, I obviously have to do this one because it's the only one I have access to right now. So it's going to take a little bit of time to crush here, as seen down in the bottom. And now I can barrel this wine. Or I can ferment this wine, and then I can barrel the wine. So every 2 weeks of fermenting decreases the sweetness by 1. Now my sweetness seems pretty high to me. It's an 8. I kind of think I would want to get this down to like a 6 on the sweetness scale, but that's just me guessing. Wine, like all alcohol drinks, need to be fermented. Your wine's sweetness will change depending on how long you ferment your wine. Perfection is only achieved through trial and error. So I'd also be afraid to do it for less than 2 weeks, but I'm not sure how much this game takes that into account because the fermentation process is what converts like the sugars and stuff that are in there into alcohols. So if I do it for less than 2 weeks, I'm not sure if it'll convert enough to alcohol, but I don't know if alcohol content is a part of this game or not. So I'm going to want to give it at least a month. But it's every 2 weeks, it says, it decreases the sweetness by 1. So what I'm going to do is I want to do it for a month because I want that sweetness to get down to 6. So I'm going to leave it to ferment. Here's my fermentation process, or progress. Now, I don't need to replant this field. It's going to start growing again. I was actually worried when I was just testing this out. I was like, I can't replant my grapes, but they just grow again because they're still planted there. The grapevines are still there. I just picked all the grapes. I didn't, like, rip the vines out of the ground. So here we go. So now what I can do is I can press the wine. So for every 10% of pressed juice, your acidity, so there we go, my sweetness is down to 6. Your acidity increases by 1. I don't need my acidity to increase by 1. I don't think. You need to press the must to obtain the fermented juice. Use the slider to determine the ratio. 10% pressed and 90% free run. Can I do? Oh, I can do none. So unfortunately, doing this doesn't show you what's going to happen on your scale, which I think would be kind of a nice feature to add. If I like went down here, it shows me that it's all based on acidity. If I add, you know, 100% of the pressed juice, it should drop this. Well, I can't really do that because it's going to be, if I had 50% pressed juice, it should drop this acidity down to a 2. It'd be nice if it showed me that, but whatever. I'm going to do 0 pressed juice because I don't want my... Oh, it's increases, not decreases. So I said that wrong. It would go the other direction. If I did 30%, looks like it'd be my max, and to get it up to a 10 acidity, I don't want my acidity to change. So I'm going to do no pressing. And now is the barreling phase, or the aging phase. Yeah, it's the aging phase first, I guess. Aging softens the wine tannins and acidity, so softens the tannins and acidity, giving a smoother and more balanced taste over time. The decrease in tannins and acidity stops at a certain value depending on the storage type. Some storage methods have a chance of imparting different flavors to your wine, so experimenting with each could lead to some interesting results. So, what are my barrel type options? A common French oak, a stainless steel vat. Oh, I can't do that until level 2. Or white oak. So we're going to have to go with the common French oak. And how long do I want to age it for? Decreasing acidity by 1 and 2 for every month. I think I want to leave it in for 7. I think I want to leave it in for a month. So where is it now? October? So I got to wait until through the end of November. I think if I go into my basement by clicking this button, I can see. Okay, it's 1 month old right now. Here we go. My tannins are down to 7. My acidity is down to 6. Because it's been 1 month. I can let it keep going if I really wanted to. They'll stop at a certain point, it says. But I think now is a perfect time to... Let's bottle it and see. Now I can choose between a screw cap and a cork. I can also choose different bottle styles. The bottle styles all seem to be the same price. And I'm sure there's something based on what bottle you put it in, but I'm really not 100% certain. But right now, the screw cap only costs $3 per bottle, and the corks cost $5. I really don't have that much money. So we're going to go with the screw cap, and we're going to call this Jacino's first Cabernet Sauvignon 2017. Yeah, we'll just call it that. I mean, names are just for fun. Now, if I go to my bottles, I can see that I have bottles of this. How much did I get? 960 bottles of it. Now, in order to sell it to the market, you have to organize a tasting first. So I have to go to a tasting and invite 3 people. It's the most uppity wine reviewers say it's great, then surely it must be. Invite wine reviewers to a tasting session to obtain a star rating for your wine. Your rating will affect your wine's suggested retail price. Do I have to invite all 3 of them? Or can I just invite like 2 of them? Because I can invite all 3 of them. Let's invite all 3 of them this time, and next time we'll see if we can only invite like 2. So let's invite these guys to the tasting. They loved it! This is what happened last time. It probably makes your first bottle always have 5 stars or something like that. The verdict is in. The reviewers invited to taste the wine have written their reviews. Good or bad, the word is out now. And the price of your wine now has been determined by the words of the few, albeit powerful, critics. So good Cabernet Sauvignon is everywhere. But great ones are rare, just like this gem. So my wine is now a $20 price point of wine, which is really good actually, because according to Kevin Leary from Shark Tank, I think 97% of all wines are less than $13 a bottle. So that means this is a fantastic wine. So let's do this, and now I can sell it to the market, and I can sell it to these different distributors here. Sell your desired amounts to the preferred wine dealers and reap the rewards of your labor. Now, I don't have any distributor relations with anybody right now. It says a 0 right here. You need to get some distributor relations to get some perks out of it. I don't know what the perks are, but you can do it. But I have 0 relations with anybody because I never sold wine. Krupp's Food Company. Oh, they're only going to buy it for $3 a bottle? Oh, that must be like the... What if I can just sell really bad wine to Krupp and be okay? But either way, I have 960 bottles to sell, but each of these distributors can only take 480. And whatever you give to somebody, they can't sell more of your wine until this stuff is gone. Now, granted, this is a 5-star wine, so it's probably going to be fine. But let's do it like an even spread across here. So 320, 320, and 320 to each of these guys. The big guys, not the Krupp Food Company. So we just sold them, and now it's waiting to sell. Oh, my distributor relations went up to 2, which is great. So now I'm done with that, and now we're back over here, and now I just play the waiting game. $19,820 is what I have right now. I'm going to speed up time because I can't do anything until I start to grow again. I still have some maintenance on these fields. Oh, 28,000. Hold on. Let's check this out. Let's go back to my basement. I have nothing in there, but let's go to the market. So they've sold a lot of the wine already. They sold half the wine already in that like first month. Each distributor equally across the board, which is good because that means it's going to go up again. I thought I was done, but it's going to go up again. So that's fantastic. So let's keep speeding this thing up. I hope this thing is growing. Yeah, caps off on here. So we're still next to that lake. Open. One of the wine merchants is now available to buy wine from you. Okay, so that means they must have sold. They must have sold out of my wine. Yeah, nobody has any wine left from me. Awesome. Awesome. So let's just keep this thing going. $37,000. Should I buy another loam? How much if I buy another loam? How much does it cost? $20,000. Ugh. It's a little rough. What is this? That's another lake for $10,000, or I can re-roll it for $1,000. I probably don't need another lake, right? That's optimal? I need this thing to ripen here. Oh, I trimmed it down all the way. Let them ripen a lot. That could have been a mistake, because if I never get the rain to grow again... Oh, we're at optimal again? No, my ripeness is only at 1. I don't need a 1 ripeness. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pause, pause, pause. What is this? Vine is suffering from fungal rot, and its yield is decreased by 30% every month. How do I get rid of fungal rot? Wine barrel, wooden tables, canoe, campfire. I think these are just, there's ambient objects, so traditional wooden press. I think these are, I don't think they do anything. They're super cheap if they do. I don't know if there's a way to, oh, a torch? That's pretty cool. Just for fun, we're gonna buy a torch. Oh, awesome! It lights this whole thing up. Let's put it right in the middle. I hope that doesn't hurt anything. I don't know how to stop fungal rot. So my yield is probably going to be pretty terrible. Which is unfortunate. So this year's wine harvest might not be that good. I might not be able to get much money to buy some more places. See, look, we're at a 6 already with ripeness. And I can't trim this thing back anymore. Here we go. No, I didn't water my plot. Unless that still counts as my plot, I'm really not 100% certain. Okay, we can harvest now. A 1.16. I'm going to let this go for a little bit longer. That's a 7. 7's kind of high. I want to see if I get into 1.36. I'm going to wait until November and hope that it doesn't, like, over-ripen here. 1.56. So yeah, it did. Yeah, I guess that's probably what I need to do right there. Sweetness is high again. My yield was a lot more. Now, is that a good thing that my yield is a lot more or not? Now, crushing, I don't really have an option on what to do to crush, so let's crush these grapes. And now let's... Fermentation increases the sweetness, or decreases the sweetness. I'm going to let this thing ferment for... Let's go 6 weeks. I'm going to decrease that fermentation. Or that sweetness by a decent amount here. It's a long fermentation. There we go. So now, here we go. Sweetness is down to 5. For every 10% of juice, your acidity increases by 1. For your wine can be good eating to ferment. Let's do, yeah, let's keep 10% juice in this one. We'll increase the acidity a little bit and see what happens there. Aging. So tannins and acidity. Smoother and more balanced taste over time. The decrease of tannins and acidity. So it's funny because it decreases. I guess that makes sense. So I can increase the acidity in the step before because I can decrease it here, which is a byproduct of the tannins. So the tannins, if I wanted to decrease the tannins, I need to increase the acidity first so I can drop the acidity down. So it makes you kind of think about that one for a minute. Acidity by 1 and tannins by 2 for every month. So this is actually kind of perfect. If I wanted to bring my tannins down to 5, I'm going to do this for 2 months. And hopefully bring my tannins down to 5 and my acidity down to 6. So it's February. March. Take a look at my wine here. It's 2 months old now. Here we go. Tannins down to 5, acidity at 6. Perfect. Let's bottle this. We are... I'm just going to call it the 2018 for now. Should I use a different bottle? I don't know what the difference is. Let's use this bottle just to make it a little bit different. We're still gonna, should I? Let's try the cork. It's gonna cost 5,400. We're gonna bottle it with a cork here. Let's check out my bottles. Let's organize a tasting and let's hope. Ooh, I got a new person here. Let's see if I can only do 2. I'll do the new guy. Ah, I have to select 3, so never mind. So let's select a 3rd one. Yes! So this wine was still good, even with the fungal rot. I should have called it the fungal rot wine. That would have been a good one. Good Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc or Sauvignon is everywhere, but great ones are rare, just like this gem. Yeah, just kind of recycled that, didn't they? So now I can sell to the market again, and I have 1,080 bottles this time. Since it's a good wine, should I just keep my distributor relations going with everybody and do like, you know, 330, 330, and 420? We'll do that. Let's do that. This should get us some money. And what I think I want to do is I want to buy another... This one's going to be also next to a lake, but does it open up something over here is the question. I don't know. Can I buy this? I don't want to re-roll that. 50 grand. Oh, it's a sandy area. This is a tile adjacent to a lake and enjoys... Oh, wait. What? So what does the sandy area get you, though? How is that? Oh, it's a... Okay, wait. It's a sandy loam, which is going to be able to buy or plant different grapes on. I can probably buy that in a minute, actually, if I just give this some... If I just wait it out a little bit. Because that other one doesn't cost 50, does it? No, it only costs 20, and it's just a standard old loam. Same with this one. I kind of really want to buy this one now. Did they sell half my stuff already? I should have probably bought it for that last season. 48. Do they still have, oops. They still have my bottles in the market, or are they... Ah, I'm not going to make any more money. So if I want to increase... so that's actually fine. 5? No, let's actually trim it back 1. I think I am going to buy one of those, but I'm going to have to wait until next season to buy it because I can't really plant anything here anyways right now. So there's no point to doing it. So we'll do one more wine bottling this season, and then I'll buy a plot, and then we'll kind of go from there and probably take this into the next episode to see what happens with the other loams. And I can also do the Chardonnay as well. Okay, we're at a 7. You really need to get some foliage going here. I don't want my ripeness to go up too high. 1.2. We're at an 8. That's bad. How do I get this thing covered? Vines have been overexposed to the sun and have stopped producing. So is my yield stuck at 1.2? It might be. And now it's at a 9. Oh crap, I can't. It's at a 10. Oh, that is terrible. This is going to be a, like, discard bottle of wine, I would assume. Can this go down? What happens if I... Oh, no, my yield just went up again. Can I have my ripeness go down, please? Grow! Damn it, grow! Oh, I lost it. I lost the crop. That's interesting. So I didn't waste any money. I just lost the crop. But it says that they're overexposed to the sun still. That's interesting. Let's, however, purchase this loam. It's not going to get any benefits of anything around it, though. But if I... Oh, I could add this one instead. Let's possibly do that. Oh, it's a sandy one again. 50 grand? Shoot. A clay one. Hold on a second. Pause it real quick here. 75,000 for a clay one. Okay. So I really don't have too much of another choice on this. Let's we're gonna add this tile. I did open up all the ones next to it. And what is this one? That's a lake. Cost 10 grand to add. I don't want to waste the time with that. But what we are gonna do is we are going to. When is planting season? Hopefully very soon. Because I'm gonna plant the Chardonnay here. Hopefully these aren't dead. I'm hoping I didn't screw that up somehow by not harvesting. So you have to harvest by December. Otherwise it'll go away. But this is... I don't know what's going to happen with this one. I really don't. I got to kind of wait and see if this thing continues to grow or if I've lost this plot forever. I can't imagine you lost it forever. We gotta go faster here until I can, here we go, I can plant here. We are gonna plant this one as the Chardonnay, because I really want to give the Chardonnay a shot. I don't like how you can't see that at all. I'm gonna buy, do I want a torch? And I see like a campfire. Yeah, there we go. Campfire. Let's buy that. Is it, oh man, that's so much brighter. We'll put the this one right there in the middle so I can see everything. God, look at that shadowing effect. That's amazing. Okay, yeah, they're growing again. Whoo! Whoo, that scared me. That scared me. Well, guys, stay tuned for the next episode when basically we're going to find out how I can do with a Cab this year as well as a Chardonnay. So stay tuned.